As a brief overview, could you just outline Community Plumbing Challenge for us?
Start there.
Okay, so it's an international student design collaborative project where we bring young people from the backgrounds of plumbing and engineering, construction, architecture, design. They represent their country and they come to work with a host partner, a host group in a community somewhere in the world. And this is our second edition of the program. The first one was in India last year, 2015, where we worked with the Indian Plumbing Association School Sanitation Program, NASIC. And we're here in Johannesburg in 2016 to collaborate with the WhatsApp group, who are based in Diepsloot, to build a program around their everyday work in upgrading and maintaining public toilet facilities in Diepsloot.
Sean, you want to add anything to that? Well, that?
No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, the focus is to come up with a solution that is usable for the upgrade of the toilets in Diepsloot, so that these guys can use it in a long-term plan.
Well, the other aspect of Community Plumbing Challenge must also be that it can be used internationally as well. Is that right?
That's right. So, I mean, we did a project in India last year that was based in a school, and this time we're working in the community with the WhatsApp team, and it's not limited to any specific area. It's flexible to suit the need of whatever the need that we come across and the partners we come partner with.
Coming down to, well, could you give us a background as to, you're here now, you're going to come out in July, what are you going to be doing there? And then what will the delegates and visitors to WPC 2016 actually experience in terms of Community Plumbing Challenge?
We have a unique opportunity with the WPC event in Cape Town this year to bring all of the experience and learning and progress that the work on the ground in July achieves forward to the World Plumbing Conference in September and present that as a showcase for the overall program, because we have the Indian project as well to present. So we would expect in September for some of the units that we have this week removed from the street to be replaced with new ones, and the team have worked through a really intense program this week to prepare that for the teams in July, and those teams will then prepare and upgrade public units in the same way that WhatsApp do every day, to experience that and understand the challenges and bring in new approaches and new solutions to that process. In September, we would then like to present that to the international audience and explain and make it clear the hard work and the challenges that are tackled every day by the team, and get that across in an environment where it wouldn't usually be seen at a large international conference.
And also to demonstrate the technologies or the design of these upgrades from what they were before, and ideally to what the design has achieved.
The theme of the conference is regulations for sustainable plumbing, a case for international standards. Now, we're very aware, particularly in South Africa, because this is where we're based, that there's a lot of alternative technologies coming through that don't necessarily have this wonderful regulatory framework. Is that a problem?
Well, yes, it is. First answer, yes. And it's a challenge that's an international challenge, as you know, as we all know. And I think as the manufacturing around the world changes, things get imported and manufactured overseas, and the cost of things that to be regulated and certified to meet a standard often get surpassed by the cheaper version or cheaper option. How it links to what we've been doing also is to often we need to use local suppliers, local products, and they need to be durable and then so the products that are regulated and certified products that are available are the ones that often are the most robust and so forth to use for the project we're looking at as well. So that fits in there.
Yeah, I don't think we should see it in a negative light, because this is exactly what the conference needs to address, is the fact that there's alternative technologies coming in. We've got millions of people that need sanitation, and we can't always be stuck in this traditional way. So would your call be to the delegates to actually think this way as well, because regulations can come. You've got deemed to satisfy, which is SABS, and you've got fit for purpose, which is Agremont. Now, Agremont should be playing a big part in this whole thing as well.
I'm afraid I don't know a lot about the politics in that, but
No.
As the international standards and regulations go, each country have their own particular standards to meet, but it's an imperative part to any plumbing system and sanitation to have some sort of regulation to meet. The other part is the need and the actual. If it's sometimes slow, that sometimes slows the things up on the ground. Authorities and regulation, people need the sanitation on the ground now. So there's a disparity there.
So the call to the delegates is, listen guys, we've got to fast track this a lot quicker if we are to give people sanitation and water.
And I think it's an important, the project we're looking at is a very important link to the people who are on the ground that are doing the work, to empower them to carry it on.
To do it, yeah. Okay, we will check with them, yeah. What countries will be participating, or how do they come about to participate?
So we're currently in the process of writing the brief and preparing all of the information for the teams, and we expect within the next month for the teams to be locked in. We'd be expecting the US from the IATMOS connection to be involved, and Australia most likely from the ICAC/RMIT connection to be involved, and they've been involved in the first two projects as well, so that we're building up a good relationship with the centres in those places. And then we have some other 2 or 3 other countries that we're working on, so we expect 4 to 5, maximum 6.
And South Africa being one of them.
South Africa's one, of course.
Are you working on them, or
we're working with
the Institute of Plumbing on that?
Yes, and some world skill connections that we have.
Oh, great, good.
Yeah, we've had a great lead on that this week with Ryan Marsh, who is the national expert for the competition. So he's been working with the team, and he brought up 2 young students, well, one young, one older, from Cape Town, who had not experienced that nature of a practical experience before in their training. So they're likely to be involved in the team in July, which will be an excellent link between what's happened this week and what happens in July.
Okay, now those will be your teams in July. Those will be your participating teams at WPC 2060.
No, July.
Okay.
So in July, in September, we're looking at presenting the outcomes of the Community Plumbing Challenge in July.
And if that involves internationals, we still have to determine with the international teams.
But essentially, it's a presentation of findings and what the knowledge and the information gained to the delegates through. There will be toilets from deep sleep there.
Great.
As they come out of the ground and upgraded as well. So
You're not taking the toilets from deep sleuth and bringing them on. You are?
Absolutely.
What are they going to do in deep sleuth?
We've replaced them with new ones.
I see, okay.
We've got some spares at the moment, so
Okay.
we're actually bringing toilets to Cape Town as they come out of the ground, the whole unit. So
Okay. Anything to add, just in case Gary does pitch, I can move on to my architects here.
I can't think that's answered. Well, that would be what I would pretty much.
Right. Can somebody tell me what WhatsApp stands for?
Someone.
Obed?
I bet.
WhatsApp? What does WhatsApp mean?
Water amenity, sanitation service upgrades.
Okay. It's a South African initiative?
Definitely.
Okay. Is it being expanded to other areas of South Africa?
No,
It's just that.
it's only based in Deep Street.
Do you plan to take it further?
Yes, we are.
Great. Okay. That's good.
Can we just hold for a second on the video? What's the